He's going to be asked about his IQ very shortly.
Know that there's mutual respect there, and you respect your opponent. But friendships, businesses, none of that stuff matters when you're trying to win a championship.
Do you sense that you guys have many of the same qualities? I don't necessarily mean style of play, but guys out there were saying that you have got this great memory of stuff and a sense of history and stuff like that. And those also sound like characteristics of LeBron.
Yeah, I mean, I think, we are, two of the few who really thinks the game in today's day and age in this league. There's not a ton of guys who think that way. I think we do, but don't really matter either.
A couple of rows back in the aisle.
Draymond, John Gonzalez from The Ringer. There's been an interesting conversation out of Philly in the last 24 hours, and I was wondering if you had any thoughts or advice on social media.
Nah, I had my social media mishaps before too, so I'm trying to win a championship. Social media really don't matter. Philly don't matter. They news don't matter. The news don't matter. Trying, lock in on the Cavaliers. That's all that really matters to me right now.
Alvaro Martin of ESPN. When turnovers come in bunches, sometimes the defenders do a good play to tip your cap. Sometimes they come out of an excess of ambition, aggression. Sometimes it's just carelessness. The coach can only tell you to be careful so many times. How do you get out of the turnover blues? What's the process like to get out of that mode into being a careful group of the ball?
I mean, we're a team that plays loose. We like to get up and down the floor, and the style of play, we're going to have some turnovers. I think it's cutting out the careless turnovers. It's what's important for us. And when we do cut those careless turnovers out, we usually win by a pretty large margin. So it's just really focus level and staying locked in and, being, like I've said, we talked about, when was it, Game 6, I think, quick but not in a hurry. We always want to play quick and get up and down the floor, but never get sped up and stay at our pace.
Draymond, Joe Musso, CBS Sacramento, in the back here. You did it for the tail end of that last series, but being without Andre at the beginning of this series, what aspect of his game do you guys miss most on both ends of the court?
Oh, well, I mean, that's a great follow-up to that question, because when you start talking turnovers, he is the guy who kind of is the stabilizing force in that department for us. And then also, what he brings to us on the defensive end, would definitely be missed, but just means other guys got to step up. And other guys have done that thus far, and the task gets even harder. But, I know guys will, and, it'll be a collective effort in hopes that, we keep tracking along until he's ready to come back.
NBC Sports Bay Area. Kind of a follow-up to that last question. You know how important trust is on the defensive end especially, and when you have Andre out there, it looks like you guys have total trust in everything you're doing. You've missed him for 4 games now. You guys have used Loon, JB, you've Nick, Sean. Just what have you seen from the other guys that have kind of kept that trust alive over these last few games and just their development with you guys on the court?
Oh, well, I mean, you go down that list. With what JB has in physical gifts and, the ground that he can make up with his athleticism is incredible, and he's continuing to learn the game. Looney is one of those guys who really understands the game. He knows where to be. He's always in the right spot. Sean understands the game, and Sean took that last series personal. Like, there was a point in a couple of those games where he really wanted to lock in into CP, and he did. There was times where Clay and Kevin was on the floor, and he's like, I got James Harden. Like, he really stepped up for us big in that series defensively as well. And so, with all that, I think, Sean has the experience, but Looney's been able to, with Andre out, Looney's been able to get a ton of experience. Jordan has been able to get experience, and that'll bode well for us moving forward, like I said, to whenever Andre comes back.
Thank you, Draymond. Cavaliers schedule in here will be Ty Lue at 1:15, followed by
Cavaliers coming up next as practice day continues here from the Bay Area. Game 1 tomorrow night.